with Jacob Liquor. So today we're going to talk about Lake Hole Cabernet Sauvignon out of Washington, out of Columbia Valley. So Columbia Valley is the largest AVA in Washington, and Washington is kind of known for making these really like ripe fruit wines. They're very popular with like the red varietals like Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon. They do a lot of like Bordeaux style blends. So we've got this Cabernet Sauvignon. Cabernet Sauvignon is kind of the biggest of the red grapes. It's typically known for like a lot of tannins, usually has a low acidity, but Washington usually produces wines with a little bit of a higher acidity. So yeah, let's go ahead and try this wine. So we've got the 2013 vintage here, and this is 90 points from Wine and Spirits magazine. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we are gonna look at the color. This is very concentrated, it's very opaque. It's kind of a dark purple, which is an indicator of a younger wine. It's only 3 years old, so that would be why. The next thing that we're gonna look at are the legs. So these are kind of taking a while to come down, which is an indicator of either a high sugar level or a high alcohol level. Obviously, Cabernet Sauvignon is typically not a sweet wine, so I'm gonna bet on the higher alcohol, and it's 14.5%, so that makes sense. Next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna smell the wine. I'm getting a whole lot of dark fruit, dark berries, dark cherry, plum, a little bit of baking spices, a little bit of forest floor, all the fruit. Very, very ripe fruit too. We're not getting that like cooked or stewed fruit that you sometimes get out of wine. We're getting very, very ripe, very dark fruit and a lot of concentration. So next we're gonna taste the wine. And one thing to keep in mind is if what you smell matches up with what you're tasting. Typically wines that are old world are gonna smell different than they taste, but wines from the New World are gonna smell and taste the same. So this is a New World wine, Washington is New World, so presumably it should smell the same as it tastes. All right, this is delicious. So I'm definitely confirming all of that really ripe dark fruit, that dark cherry, that dark plum. I'm getting some vanilla, some tobacco. I'm confirming the forest floor. Absolutely. The acidity is probably like medium, and the tannins are probably about medium as well. One thing to keep in mind, tannins are something that you feel along the gums, and then acidity is something that you feel on the side of your tongue and it makes your mouth water. They're very easy to confuse. So acidity is kind of like when you bite into a pineapple, whereas tannins are kind of like a fuzzy feeling, and it's like the difference between like, well, did I not brush my teeth last night, or is my mouth wearing socks? So that's kind of the difference between those. I would say it's a little bit on the medium side for both, and medium is a little bit on the higher side for Cabernet Sauvignon, but like I said, Washington kind of produces these higher acidity cabs. So this wine is delicious, and I would absolutely pair it with any sort of roast. This is a red meat wine. A ribeye would be perfect. A filet wrapped in bacon would be incredible. And this wine absolutely has aging potential. Here at Jacob Liquor, we think this wine would be a 93-point wine because it's amazing. And it retails at $31.99. So definitely come and pick this wine up. This is Lake Hole Cabernet Sauvignon. And thank you very much, guys. Have a good night.